That's about the lag time right now. All right, we are live on YouTube. We're live on YouTube. This is the Leroy and Earl Show. This is talk radio at its finest right here. We're getting ready to go live on Podbean and record our show. So I'm going to have to turn your volume down, obviously, over there.
Hold on. I'm listening to an angry cat at the vet.
Okay, Carleeezy's listening to an angry cat at the vet, and he's getting muted. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to start the show, I think.
Wow.
I know, right? All right.
Guess what, shift heads? It's time for the Leroy and Earl Show. Let's make the sound one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Earl.
All right. That's Earl right there. And he's no longer a part of the show, but Carleeezy is. Mr. Leezy, how are you? Hello, Carleeezy. Earth to Carleeezy. I can't hear you. I unmuted you, but did you mute yourself? So we're live on YouTube. We're live on Podbean. This is the Leroy and Earl Show, the talk radio experts in podcasting, except for all the technical stuff. So my guest, or my co-host, Carleeezy, who I am video chatting with, was perfectly there when we started the show, like the last half hour that we've been talking to each other. All I did was mute him on the soundboard here. Wait, did I turn something up over here? Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh my
I see what I did. Hold on. All right, let's try this again. Carleeezy, how's it going?
I'm fucking pissed.
Now you know why Earl probably most likely quit.
Everything's fine. I'm watching my cat videos. Angry cat.
Well, see, there's the problem. It's your fault. It's your fault. If you just be quiet during the opening of the show so I can do a clean intro. I haven't done a clean intro on the show in 5 years because of Ricky and Earl and now you.
Maybe it's just not meant to be.
Maybe it's not, but I don't care. I want it to be.
Good point.
So anyway, this used to be the Adult Cartoon Podcast. I'm not really sure if it is anymore, but maybe it is. I don't know.
I mean, I was watching angry cat videos, so
Well,
that's pretty adult-like of me.
So you can call us, I think, at 330-474-9833. Are you monitoring the YouTube chat there, Mr.
Yes,
Mr. Carleeezy?
Michelle's already here and says hi.
Hello, Michelle, and I'm going to monitor the Podbean chat, not that there'll be anybody in it. But you never know.
You never know.
You never know. So on tonight's show, Carleeezy's got some good stuff for us, and I got some good stuff to talk about. And of course, as always, I just want to talk about the show, right? Right? You know what I mean?
Why do you have two men kissing on the background there?
Two men. That's just probably, if I'm guessing, it's
so bad.
That's Leroy and Earl. It's gone now.
Oh,
I have just on the YouTube channel. I just have a generic slideshow.
These pictures are so terrible.
Slideshow.
Jeez.
So what are you saying, Carleeezy?
Saying that you have a picture from Breaking Bad of fucking random dude with his eyeballs, a priest taped to a wall.
Let's just say, you know what? Okay, I'm going to tell you right now for the YouTube show, it may be terrible because I think I'm trying to do too much on one computer. So it won't affect the audio, the podcast audio portion that people will download and listen to, which you can listen to directly from the new LeroyandEarl.com. Have you seen that, Carleeezy?
I have seen it.
I think that is by far the best website the show's ever had in the 5 years of its existence.
Agreed.
It's very mobile. Good.
You know what we should do?
What's that?
We should make a bingo game. And every time you talk about the show, a different part of the show, like audio is like one square, video is another Website's another, and then who gets bingo? We just figure out who gets bingo by the end of the show.
I I see the humor in what you're saying, but there are some things I do need to talk about every week, like the website or follow us on Twitter. That's a little different than when I go in about talking about the show or people calling us at 330-474-9833. Because you got to get the word out that, every week that people listen, we got to get the word out that we're live on Podbean. You can download the Podbean app and listen to us live every week, Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's drive time in California. You know that? That's 4 p.m. and 4 p.m. on the West Coast.
Why is a picture of a black dude and a white chick with their faces swapped?
Why do you have to ask me questions about? I put up
Michelle even agrees. Michelle says these pictures are bad.
Jeez, I put up the craziest goofy pictures I could find. What else am I going to do?
Good point.
Okay, it comes back to what I was saying about the computer. When the computer was running better, I would put a video in the background of just something, trains or hurricanes or but I just don't think having yet another video running in the background with this computer. Maybe if we get more donations in, which there's no donate button on the website, which that's something you got to figure that out. But the old website, Leroy and Earl at webs.com, is actually still there. But the new website, I'm just excited about it. It's mobile friendly. You can go on there right on the home page. You can download the show. You can just listen to the show. You can share it. You can subscribe. And then as you scroll down, there's quick links to the show on Spotify and iHeartRadio and Apple Music. And then there's you can look at the latest video or a video of the show. Boom, right there of this YouTube thing that we're doing here.
It looks pretty good. I'm scrolling on the mobile right now as we speak.
I added the characters section on there, and there's a contact section. I'm going to add more to it as we go. And yet again, free. Still not paying anything. Mm-hmm. So I may start doing on this YouTube channel, some how-to videos for the thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people that want a podcast out there that don't know the little bit that I know, and that you can do it for free. So
there's always something free. It's just whether or not they're going to throw ads at you or charge you $1 billion bajillion to do whatever that thing.
Well, in the podcast world, in the podcast hosting world, it's all about statistics and storage space. Mm-hmm. So right now, the way I'm running the show for free is I'm on one of the few absolutely free podcast hosts, which is podcasts.com that I've talked about before. That generates our RSS feed and then sends it out to to Apple Music and all those places. Mm-hmm. On Podbean, I'm doing the free Podbean, which comes with the live service, but I can only keep 5 hours of audio on that site. So I'm just going to rotate it. So
makes sense.
But that enables me to put the player on the website, and it's just all kinds of cool stuff. So anyway, I have not heard from anybody associated with the show since last Wednesday. I've not heard from Leroy or Father James or Saul Gordon. None of them. I'm a little concerned. I'm hoping they're not completely writing me off and pissed off because I changed the show. But
well, I know why Father James is mad. His NFL picks were wrong, weren't they?
Well, Saul. Yeah.
Same person.
Great. I'm co-hosting yet again with someone who doesn't care anything about the show, doesn't listen to it.
There's too many names.
No, Saul Gorman's the NFL guy. Father James is the Mexican food senoritas guy. And he likes his music. That's So anyway, last week, if you remember, we got a crank call, which I really have a hard time believing that. What are the odds that somebody would accidentally call that number between 7 and 8 on a Wednesday night? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like I almost believe it's got to be somebody we know. So here it is. They called and they just said, "Oh yeah." So we're gonna listen to it. Here it is.
Oh yeah.
So you know what? I want to listen to that again and see if it's anybody. It sounds like anybody I know.
Oh yeah.
Slow it down.
Slow it down. I think I can. Hold on. Let me see.
Enhance the audio.
I shall slow it down. I can only slow it down a certain percentage.
Oh, yes.
Well, that might have been speeding it up. So let me try this.
Oh, yes.
Why is it not doing anything? It's not affecting it whatsoever.
Wow, we are bad investigators.
Oh, yes.
I guess we'll just have to do it at normal speed. Hold on.
What?
That ain't working. I couldn't cut out me laughing there at the end.
Oh, yes.
I don't know, man. That kind of sounds like that guy you had in the studio a while ago named James.
No, not
Or
him.
Jim.
Nope. No.
Not him.
No. Definitely not.
Oh, Michelle says sounds like Earl. I don't know, man.
Sounds like Earl? Is that what she's saying?
She said.
It's not him. Let me try one more time.
How do you know?
Oh, yes.
No. I mean, I know Earl. I know James Crash very well. He's my nephew, so.
Oh, yes.
It ain't Dr. Brown. It ain't Dildano.
Oh, yes.
Huh.
Could it be Face Dave?
Could be.
Oh, yes.
It could be. Of all the people that listen to the show, it's possible it could be him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We need to call up Chris Hansen.
Well, guess what? When anyone calls this show at 330-474-9833, it rings through my phone first and then goes to the Google account, which means the phone number is on my phone. So we have the phone number, and we're going to give it a call and see if this person answers. Now, chances are, because the call's going to come in, restricted or whatever.
They won't answer.
Chances are they won't. And it is West Virginia, by the way. That doesn't mean they're in West Virginia, as we know. Should I say the number out loud? Kidding. I did that one time. Posted everyone's number on the internet. When I had my
said, did you try to call the number back since last week?
No, I didn't. I wanted to save it. I wish I had thought about it and called it right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
This
immediately.
is the number?
Yes, it's ringing.
Oh, this is intense.
Hopefully they could hear us if they answer. Wow. It's not likely anybody would answer because it'll say restricted. Nobody answers those.
Don't say that.
Only weirdos.
The Text Now subscriber you are trying to reach is not available. Please leave your message after the tone.
Hey, how's it going? This is, well, you can call me Leroy. You could call me Chuck. I'm a host of a podcast to which you called last week, and you said these words right here.
Oh, yes.
So we're wondering if you could give us a call back sometime. Well, actually, not sometime. Any Wednesday between 7 and 8 at 330-474-9833. That's the number you called last Wednesday. So, oh, yeah. All right, well, that was fun.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I wonder if that's a burner number. Maybe he called you from a Google Voice number.
It could be. Yeah, you never know.
Yes.
It just, we did have that one guy from Oregon that randomly called that was a complete actual random call, but I still have a hard time believing that somebody would accidentally call 330-474-9833 on a Wednesday between 7 and 8. But I guess it's a big world with a lot of numbers out there. So, I don't know if you heard this in the news. Wait a minute, am I done talking about the show? Let me look at my list here. Let me look at my list and see if I'm done talking about the show.
Talking about the show?
No, hell no. Hey, guess who's on Spotify? That's us. Anyway.
We're on Spotify?
Yeah, we're on Spotify and iHeartRadio.
Ooh.
And
on Stitcher.
We are on Stitcher? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And, I was under the impression, and I even read an article about how Spotify and iHeartRadio, they have like a crawler, like Google has, that crawls podcasts, and if there's playing music, they shut it down, But then I look back, and all of our shows are on there, so we'll see how long we last. I don't know that I'm going to stop playing music, but I'm not going to play whole songs. So anyway, did you hear there's a huge disease, a virus in China that has reached an epidemic point that they've shut down a city. They've stopped all air traffic from going out and coming in. All transit has been stopped from the city. And
Not the transit.
I can't remember the name of the city, but it's the coronavirus. And when I heard that, I'm like, well, no kidding. It's the shittiest beer ever. And just because you stick a lime in it is not going to make it any better. So it's about time people realized how bad Corona is, that they've shut down a whole city in China because they hello, Carleeezy.
That's come.
Anybody
that's come
here?
Over,
Anybody home? You know you're on YouTube right now.
That's come to America. I think it's reached one of the states.
I think it's been here since the 40s, right? Corona.
No.
I'm making a joke about how crappy the beer is.
Yeah, but there's actually the virus. There's actually the actual thing.
The coronavirus. I'm sure it's here.
Damn it! There's actually a thing. I was just reading about this. I was excited because I actually knew what the hell you're talking about. Usually when you start rambling about the news, I'm like, I don't know the current events in the news. Who cares about that? But this one I actually knew, and people are freaking out because it just came over somewhere in the United States. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the coronavirus. That's what it's called.
Is it really?
Yes, I'm not joking. The joke was it's called the coronavirus, so it's funny about the beer thing. But
you leave the jokes to Dave Chappelle, please.
No, that guy's too good. He's the best.
What is it really called that?
Okay, listen. Look it up.
It's called it's called the coronavirus. Is that what you said?
Coronavirus.
God damn it.
Google it. Just Google it.
USA.
Google it.
I am.
It's spelled Corona. How's it spelled? It's all one word.
You're right.
It's all one word, though. It's not coronavirus. It's coronavirus.
Oh, dude. It's also known as the Kung Flu.
That is okay. All right.
It literally says also known as the Kung Flu.
Why are you gay? That's racist. That's so racist. I can't believe I brought you on the show to make it more diverse, and you're making it more racist. Billy.
Listen to me. It was in the city of Wuhan, China.
Wuhan. And now you're making fun of the accent.
Flu. Why would they name it the Kung Flu?
That's a nickname. It's the coronavirus.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
So
anyway, it's the United States, so you better not get the Kung Fu.
The Kung Flu. Mm-hmm. So anyway, back to talking about the show.
Yeah, coronavirus.
You're going to get some better equipment soon, right?
I am.
You could have better equipment right now.
Not
you
true.
could be borrowing better equipment right this moment.
It's impossible.
And making the show more professional.
It's impossible.
It's not impossible. But
impossible.
You want to spend good hard-earned money.
I need to spend at least $5,000.
Don't get back.
I can't
get him to spend $100.
Here's the thing.
I can't get you to borrow gear that James Crash doesn't even care about. That if it was gone tomorrow, he would remember it existed.
He's going to use it when he comes on and guest host.
Yeah, because it'll already be here at my house because I'm borrowing it.
Right, so I can't borrow it because you're borrowing it.
You can borrow it because I don't need it all the time. Plus, he's got 2 of everything. So you could borrow it, and I could have it. Yeah,
but see, there's something different. Like, would you rather lease a car or own a car?
I understand, and when I said you should borrow it, it was never on a long-term basis. I thought maybe you'd want to borrow it to get the feel of what it would be like to have that kind of equipment and see if you'll like it. You know what I mean? Like, would you rather test drive a car or just buy one? Just go on Amazon and buy a car. Amazon.
I would definitely just buy it.
Yeah. Wow.
You think I bring a mechanic with me every time I buy a car? I don't know.
Smart people do. Buy a used car and go take it to your mechanic so he can tell you the truth about it.
So you want to know what I've been writing? You said Earth to me earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're the co-host on the show now. You're on YouTube and you're like, got your head down. You just look like a dark figure in the night, like Batman. Here I am trying to put together a good YouTube show that's completely lagged out. And it's probably like 35 seconds behind.
Okay, so here's what I've been doing.
Ask Michelle if the video is like laggy, like do, you know,
Well, you
because
just asked her. Why would I ask her if you just asked her?
because you're on the thing there.
Yeah, but you just asked her. She's
Oh.
listening.
Here we go.
Anyway, let me tell you what I've been doing. I've been trying to concoct. You know how some hotlines when you call in, and the last four digits is usually like kill or destroy or something like that. Even though it was a four-letter word, whatever. Since when you say call 474-9833, that's a mouthful.
Right.
So I've been trying to. I got all the letters together here to the 9833. How about this? You do 330474 WUED.
WUED?
WUDE. WUED. That's 9833.
Isn't there any other combination?
I'm working on it, but you called me out. I was working on it.
It's almost Wednesday. It's just got a U in there.
Yeah.
And we're on Wednesday.
All right, so you can call it WUED. That's one option.
WUED. You're on the big
no,
talker.
WUD. Oh, no, you could do WUED.
That's what you said, isn't it?
No, WUDE.
DE. Could you do ED?
You could do it. Yeah, you could switch it.
So it could be WUDE or WUED.
ED. Okay.
WUDE is Woody. Or is it Wood? Wood. I like WUED. It sounds like a radio station.
WUED it is.
You're listening to the Big Talker, WUED.
Oh, Michelle says it's really dark in his square. Yeah, I don't want to turn my light. See,
Just turn it
Michelle,
on.
if I
Just turn it
my
on.
light.
Turn
Watch
it on.
this. I'm turning on my light. Oh.
Oh, he's African American. I didn't know
Too
that.
bright.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
It's too bright.
It's too.
He's the guy in the picture kissing the other guy.
It might be too bright for you, but it's perfect for the people watching the video.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, what you don't understand is that when I turn these lights on, they fucking beam out of my window and cast a bright light onto the parking lot.
So?
Try to be respectful of my neighbors.
I don't know. I don't. It seems like you're not serious about this podcasting deal.
Just because you don't have close neighbors, okay, doesn't mean that.
I have literally 8 lights on me right now.
Well, you're in a basement.
8 lights and 6 screens blaring at me.
Yeah, that's terrible. You really need to downsize.
We got 2 people listening on Podbean. Hello to Chris and Toonie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're listening. I don't know.
What's up, guys?
They care, but
they care. They give us a tune. They're probably like, "Oh, that's WUED." I've heard of them.
They're listening to the guys on WUD, the Big Talker, WUED. Yeah,
I like it.
You keep working on that because that's just like changing the home video on the YouTube page. Figuring out what those letters could spell has been something I've been meaning to do for 2 years.
See, this is what I come in and things start changing.
They start changing for the better. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what I'm here for. It's kind of hard though because 9 is WXYZ, and that just makes everything terrible.
Yeah. We might just stick with the WUED.
WUED.
So we do have a call on line 3. I think that's line 3. I haven't used this phone line in so long.
Here.
You're on the Leroy and Earl Show. Who's this?
Baba Booey.
Dang it.
Who's that?
Well, I'm guessing it was Leroy.
Did he hang up?
Yeah, he just said Baba Booey. Like, do you know what Baba Booey is? Are you too young for that?
Of course. It's a famous 1980s sitcom.
Wow.
And then the one guy comes in and say, "Lucy, Baba Booey." Right? Is that it?
Are you kidding me?
No, seriously, do you know what it is?
This is why we're Boomer and the Zoomer.
Yeah,
okay?
that's well, I've toyed with changing that, but there's like 8,000 podcasts with that same name. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's lots of Boomer podcasts.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so we'll just call it the Boomer and Zoomer on WUED, the Big Talker.
There you go.
Talk radio for your soul. Something like that.
Baba
Now,
Booey is the nickname for Howard Stern.
are you looking it up?
Wait,
Well, could you
Howard's
just tell me if you knew or
producer.
not? It's pertinent information to know if you knew, because that does accentuate, if that's the right word I'm looking for, the differences in our age.
I'm on Urban Dictionary right now, and there are 3 ads asking me if I'm Muslim and single. And I'm kind of scared right now.
Are you
Why
Muslim?
do
Are you Muslim and single?
they? Why is that a thing?
Are you interested in jihad?
Maybe because that says Baba Booey. It thinks That's crazy. Okay, sorry. Continue. No, I don't know what Baba Booey is.
Okay, that was just Howard Stern back in the heyday, which would have been the 90s, early 90s,
I was close.
when Howard Stern was big. He, to be honest with you, I don't even remember. It's been so long. But some guy would call the show. There was a guy, I think he was on the show, and he would call other shows and TV shows, and he would even go to like red carpet interviews in Hollywood, and he would just run up and yell, Baba Booey, Baba Booey. So it was just a big PR stunt for Howard Stern. So I think it's funny that Leroy would do that.
Says that it was his producer.
Was it? Okay. I knew it was
Yeah.
somebody associated with the show. It was all just a big PR stunt, which really worked, actually.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There was, when you were a small child running around in elementary school, people were always yelling, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. You know a thing or two about being on a talk radio show.
I do.
I was impressed with this story. Carleeezy was on a local AM talk radio show 10 years ago, right?
Just 6 years ago.
6 years
Wait,
ago.
8 years ago. Yeah,
8.
you're right. You're close.
The Mike Trevisano show, which no one outside of the Cleveland area would know who that is, but he's AM talk radio. He's been on that station for 30 years, maybe 40.
A long time.
Long time. But you were actually on the show. So did that? Do you feel like that kind of got you ready for what you're doing right now?
Well, I wanted to go into radio actually originally. I had it all lined up. I was going to go to there's a radio broadcasting technical school in Cleveland, Garfield area.
OBS.
And
isn't OBS Ohio OSB?
Yeah.
Ohio for School for Broadcasting or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just want to add to the story. I'm a little bit surprised that you say you wanted to go into radio, considering how, you're doing this, so like you don't care. You know what I mean? Like, no microphone, no light. I would think someone who wanted to do that for a living at one point would look at this opportunity. Because I don't know if you know it or not, but we're professional podcasts. We make money.
True.
We're in the elite group of podcasts that actually have an income of cash that goes into my PayPal account.
Look, man, this I'm turning over a new leaf. Okay.
Just real slowly.
Just very slowly. Yes.
All right. So
extremely slowly.
So I'm done insulting you now. So go ahead with your story.
Thanks. Hey, next time you share something, I'm gonna interrupt and then insult you for whatever you say.
I would expect nothing less.
What? Yeah, so I was about to do it. I got to the school. I did the interview. They liked my voice, and I just couldn't afford the go figure. Couldn't afford the tuition, so I ended up taking out 3 times that amount later on in life. Actually, looking back, I wish I just would have did it. Then it would have been a lot cheaper than the path that I did take. But so Trevisano used to go to the bank where my mom worked, and nonchalantly comes in, drops off huge checks. He said that they were fucking huge checks, and they would talk for a little bit, and then she was like, "Hey, my son wants to do radio. Can you come on?" And then he's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." So I came on. I just was specifically supposed to shadow. Like I wasn't expecting to do anything on air, or I just wanted to figure out how this all works. And then all of a sudden, he just turns on my mic and starts talking to me and asking me my opinion about things. And I'm like, I'm only 20, so I don't know shit. But he's asking me I remember exactly the topic, but it was pretty wild. Like, I actually, I didn't tell you this part, but actually, so 1100 is in the same studio as 97.5 and 100.7. So as I was going to 1100 AM, I think 102.1 is part of it too. But as I was going to his studio, I saw Alan Cox, and I talked to Alan Cox and Chad Zumach, who's not there anymore. But I'm like starstruck. I'm like, holy shit, this is Alan Cox. And I guess if people are listening, like, who the hell is Alan Cox? He's like, he's the main slot for afternoon drive time talk radio. He's hilarious.
In Cleveland, Ohio, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Cleveland.
The main FM talk radio. Not
Some
like
of those guys go to
WUED.
like, what's that?
Not like WUED, the big talker.
Not like WUED. Some of those guys though, they're with iHeartRadio, and they go like they're in Texas and New York, and they're all over the place. So some people may know about them.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Yep.
That's one of the shows that does it. I was thinking today how you said how Mike Trevisano was dropping off those big checks.
Yeah.
And that would have been when the early 2000s or 2000. No, not early 2000s. 2000. When? You're talking about
between 2011 to 13.
Oh, geez, it is 2020, isn't it?
It is.
I was just thinking today how what we're doing right now has really changed the face of radio.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many people are listening to podcasts, and terrestrial radio is kind of who listens to terrestrial radio?
You know what else has changed, right?
Not off the top of my head.
Late night talk show television.
Because of YouTube?
No, well, because of YouTube, but also because of podcasts.
How would podcasts affect television?
Well, some of them, like ours, are video recorded and high quality. They have writers and they have writers and producers, and they're in studio professional audio recording and stuff, and they are taking the ratings away from late night TV talk shows.
Oh, I know. I mean, like my son watches YouTube more than he watches regular any kind of TV.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And in fact, speaking of YouTube, one of the list of the highest earners on YouTube was last year, made $26 million.
It was a kid.
Yeah, an 8-year-old.
Yep.
Doing, what's he do? Toy views? Yeah.
He opens up toys and reviews them to other kids.
How is that possible? That he can make $26 million?
Ads and views.
But how could there be so many people that want to watch? I mean, is he engaging? Is he? I guess I should
No.
go. I guess I should go join the masses and go watch. Figure out why.
It's a good niche because kids who can't afford certain toys, or maybe they want to buy the toy but they don't know what it's like. He opens it, turns it on, does whatever to show that it works.
The kid can't have a toy because mommy spent all the money on the internet and the computer that he's watching the YouTube on.
Yep.
I can't buy you a toy, Johnny, but you can watch other kids play with it on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's like too. If I want to buy something, I'll look at all the reviews first before I buy it.
Right. Yeah,
That's
I
pretty much
understand
what
that,
he's
but I
doing.
just don't understand an 8-year-old kid or how old he was making that much money. I mean, I don't understand. I'm a boomer, okay? I don't understand any of it. I don't understand how PewDiePie, and my son sit and watch PewDiePie, my kids watch PewDiePie. I'm like, this is not even entertainment. To me, it's barely more entertaining than what we're doing right now. Yes, he's got more frills. He's got more production value. He's got a better camera. He's got a computer that can keep up, unlike us.
Yeah.
But at the core of it, it's nothing more than we're doing right now.
He's a kid, so he has a lot more time to post more frequently. It's all about the frequency of how much you post so that YouTube can promote it more.
I mean, I am not at all against it, and I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying I don't understand it. I'm like the old guy that back in the 1920s was like, radio's king. I don't understand these moving pictures. It's never going to replace the radio.
Yep. Nope. I mean, nowadays it's like you turn on your car, you plug in your phone, or your Bluetooth connects, and you're playing Spotify. You're playing a podcast, or you're listening to music on Spotify, or whichever
Yeah, I do that when
8,000
I do that
streaming.
in the summertime when I'm driving my Challenger, but not in the
Mhm.
wintertime when I'm driving my old beater because there's no, it doesn't have any way to hook up.
Dude, winters must be very sad for your commute.
It's not so great. But what are you gonna do? Oh, hold on. What the heck? The phone's ringing again. Hold on, let me answer. Whoever this is, if you say Baba Booey and hang up, I'm never answering again.
Hey, Mr. Jones and Ricky.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
There he is.
Hey, guys, I was listening to your show live on the Podbean, and I wanted to tell you that I'm sorry that I didn't call you this week.
That's okay, man. I was just pointing out the fact that nobody from the show has contacted me. I thought you guys were mad.
Well, I'm not mad, Mr. Jones. I'm just trying to adjust to my new reality. Hey, Mr. Leezy,
Yo,
how's it hanging, brother?
it's good, brother.
I'm watching YouTube, and you're too dark, man. You look like one of those African American guys that's so dark they're purple. You know,
Hey, Rick, let's not bring that. Come on, man.
that's true.
Pissed. I'm
You should
pissed.
just turn your light on, Mr. Lazy, so we
I would,
so we can see
but
your beautiful face. Hey,
I
Mr.
like
Yeah.
I like my eyeballs more than I like you.
That's everybody likes everything more than they like Ricky.
Hey, Mr. Jones.
Call me Chuck.
Hey, Mr. Chuck.
Yeah.
I got a joke for you. It's kind of like a joke of the week. Could I do it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, buddy. For those that are just tuning into the Leroy and Earl show here on the Big Talker WUED, Ricky Dixon used to be our intern before we had a little shake-up here. Had to fire some co-hosts and do things a little differently, but Ricky is he's not our intern anymore, but we're welcome to listen to his joke of the week. Hey, Rick, go ahead.
Hey, I want to tell you the difference in friendship. This is kind of serious, actually, guys. The difference in friendship between women and men. Like women have their girlfriends and men have their guy friends. So, if a woman doesn't come home one night, the next day she tells her husband she had slept over at her girlfriend's house. And the husband calls his wife's 10 best friends, and none of them know anything about it.
Is that it?
No, I'm taking a pause. It's a pregnant pause for effect.
Get on with the joke, Rick.
Okay,
Sure.
so if a man doesn't come home one night, the next day he tells his wife that he slept over at a friend's house, and the wife calls her husband's 10 best friends, and 8 of them confirm he had slept over, and 2 claim that he is still there.
That's kind of true, right?
Terrible.
Those women, man, they backstab each other.
Hey, Rick, do you have a girlfriend?
I don't at this time. I did have a girlfriend, but well, I'm gonna be honest. When she heard I was on the show anymore, she dumped me.
Aw. Are you serious?
Yeah.
What about
Oh,
what about
Rick.
your boyfriend?
Listen, Mr. Leezy, I'll come over there and I'll cherry you and step down. I will, Mr. Leezy. Don't think because you're over there and you're bigger than me that I can't come over there and do that stuff of it.
Shut up, Ricky. You ain't doing anything to anybody.
I'm just messing around. He accused me of being gay, and I've been through that before.
That's true.
Several times.
Wow. Is that all you got, Rick?
Yeah, thanks for having me on it, Baba Booey.
I knew he would do that at the end.
Terrible.
The Duke of New Windsor has joined us on Podbean.
Duke of New Windsor.
And he was on the week before last. And
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't able to converse with him. Nobody's responding in the chat, but they're definitely on there listening. So,
How do you address a Duke?
well, I did say Duke, what's up? But I apologize, Duke. I should have said Sir Duke.
Yes,
Sir Duke.
that's correct.
Duke of New Windsor.
That's right.
Yes, I made a fatal error there.
Jeez.
I should have said something more like, I should have said the Duke of New Windsor.
Jeez.
That's what I should have done. So it wasn't a bad joke for Rick to call. Considering who it is,
It was pretty bad.
there might have been a little truth behind it, right?
That's true.
Just a little bit. So if you are listening on Podbean, thank you so much. If you want to be a part of the show, there's a way that you can actually call in on Podbean. I don't know how to do it. So if anyone calls in, we'll talk to you. Or you can call us at 330-474-9833.
Oh, you're supposed to say WED.
You could... Dang it. You can call us because my mind was already going to the next thing I was going to do, and I'll show you what it was going to be here in a second. You could call us at 330-474-WUED and say, did I get it wrong?
No, that sounds good. It just sounds great.
All right, let me try it again. All right. You can call us at 330-47. Now, when I finish, don't clap. I wasn't done.
Okay.
Okay, you're interrupting,
I'm
which
too
is fine.
excited.
Which is fine. You owe me. You owe me.
Yes,
you owe me. So you can call us at 33. Do the number? You can call us at 330-474-WUED and say this.
Oh, yes.
There we go. Get it now?
That's great. That just sounds like we stepped up another level.
I think we did. I think WUED is going to work. I mean, you could keep looking at it and see if you can make something else out of it, but
I got it down. We'll figure it out.
I don't know what you could make out of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the 9 just kind of flips everything up.
WUED. Yeah, the big talker. Trying to find some effect on here that's cool. Call us at 330-474-WUED, the big talker, Akron, Ohio. So I wonder how things are going in Green Bay this week as the Packers got pummeled by the San Francisco 49ers. Going to be a 49ers and Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl. What do you think about that?
Me?
Yeah, you. Who do you think I'm talking to?
Were these the two teams in the first Super Bowl?
No.
That didn't happen.
No,
Okay.
it would have been the Packers and the Chiefs. So Saul Gorman's theory about it being rigged is false.
All right.
He thought the NFL was trying to rig to have a rematch of Super Bowl I, but which didn't make any sense, even though it's the 100th year of the NFL. But anyway, and he was basing all that on the fact that the Texans were up on the Chiefs 24-0, and then the Chiefs still won. So go ahead.
I would have enjoyed that much more, probably. But with these two teams, I really know nothing about them.
You don't know anything about any of the teams. What are you talking about?
I know a lot about a lot of the teams, buddy.
Nate, tell me something about any of the teams.
They did a genetics test, and they found out that Tom Brady is 100% GOAT.
Will you just take this seriously?
Michelle right now is going crazy.
Yeah,
it's true. Now, Michelle's got to be nervous because Tom Brady's a free agent, and all the speculation is pointed towards him leaving. But man, that seems crazy.
Going to the Browns.
That ain't gonna happen.
Why are you gay? Why are you gay?
That ain't gonna happen. Browns are set, man. They got Baker Mayfield.
Come on, dude.
So anyway, did we kind of finish up your Mike Trevisano story? Was there any more that you had you want to add to it? Why did you not pursue it? Was it just the money that you ended up spending more later?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was because I ended up going to Tri-C, and that was free. Tri-C is a community college, and they basically charge fucking $0 to go there. And that is in the proof of the pudding of how well I did there with professors and stuff like that. And then I decided to go to Kent because all my friends were here, and I ended up actually doing radio for Kent campus for like 3 years.
Really?
I had my own, maybe 2 years. I had my own radio show, which was utterly terrible. But at least I did it, and it was jazz and blues based. I called it, ready for this? It was called The Cure for STDs.
What's STD stand for in that case?
It was either I called it sleepy time disease or study time disease. So I was playing jazz, so people could like focus on their study or go to sleep or something like that. I can't remember. I had a nice thing going.
So,
Michelle said she would cry if Tom Brady leaves. Don't cry.
I mean, he's going to leave eventually. It's not going to stay forever.
Right to the Browns.
That's the most ignorant football thing I've ever heard anyone say, ever, anywhere, through any amount of time, anywhere.
But now we're going to get the rig fixed up over here, and we're going to have ourselves a professional podcast. So my dream
if anyone
will live on.
If anyone listening right now thinks, man, the audio is terrible with the one host, he's going to fix it, but he just won't.
I'm sure no one's thinking that.
He could. Well, that's one of the criticisms I got on the show.
You know what they're
was
thinking?
You.
They're like, wow, that guy has a golden voice, and I can't wait to hear it.
That's the thing. They were like, this guy's got a golden voice, but he's not using the right kind of mic.
They said that. They said that I had a golden voice.
Yes, they said if that guy could get the correct microphone close enough to his pie hole, we wouldn't even need the white guy. That's what I heard over and over again.
Jeez.
So all you got to do is get rid of your $30 snowball.
Yeah, it was like 40. Come on.
$40 snowball and buy whatever. Actually, it would probably be fine if it was up close. Bring it up closer. Bring it up closer to your mouth, but don't yell in it like you did in the pre-show.
I can't.
Just bring it up close to your mouth and talk a little.
You want me to try that again?
Yeah,
you sure?
Yeah, do it. It's what's the worst that's going to happen? It's going to blow out someone's eardrums.
I mean, but I don't want to scare anyone.
Well, do
especially on Podbean.
Do it. The Duke of New Windsor said, "Go ahead."
Look, this is their first impression. I don't want to mess it up.
Well, I want you to bring it closer, but don't talk as loud, and let's see if it
especially
sounds
Sir
better.
Duke is in the building. I don't want.
Let's just see if it sounds better. Come on, do it. What? I'll control the volume. If it goes too loud, I'll turn it down. You're not going to do it, are you? Oh, there you go. Do it.
Good evening.
Okay. Try talking quieter. Do it again.
I can't. This is my normal voice.
See, that's a lot better, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because
Can you hear me breathing too?
You're too far from the microphone. It's like you're in the room and not on a microphone.
Maybe I like being too far.
See,
from the microphone.
that's way better right there. You actually don't even need a new microphone.
I'm getting thousands and thousands of dollars of new technology in this room.
And I know you're lying because you won't even spend a few $100. You won't even borrow gear that's free.
Listen to me. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be sunbathing with both ass cheeks out on a Carnival cruise. After I'm done fucking tanning with my ass cheeks out, I'm coming back and I'm going to start hustling some money to put in thousands of dollars into this office.
So you're saying we got to put up with this audio quality, which you could make better instantly by putting the microphone closer to your mouth.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever it is.
Well, I got to come back. So 4 weeks.
Jesus.
What are you going to do the week I'm gone?
Actually, the week you're gone, which is February, what is that? What's the date? February 12th? I think it's the 12th.
February 12th.
February 12th, I'm having a very special in-studio guest, and I was going to talk about this at the end of the show. I have a athlete who is coming in who rode her bicycle across the entire country in the summer of 2017, I believe. Might have been 2018, yep. Her and her father and some other people rode their bikes from San Francisco to Yorktown over a 3-month period, I believe it was. So
3 months.
2.5 months, somewhere around there. I don't remember all the details. We'll find out. She's going to be in here in studio that night while you're on your cruise. So because I'm not so good at talking to myself, I wanted to line up a guest. So I thought that was a pretty good guest. And the show,
that sounds like she may be even a better host than me. I don't know if I like this.
She's not a host. She's a guest.
Oh, sorry. Could be a future host. That's what I'm saying. I don't like this.
Yeah. I don't
Am I being challenged?
It could be. I don't know. I mean, we'll see if she has a better microphone, which she will. And yeah, I think her audio quality is going to be way better than yours. So
really,
yeah. Let's see how this works here. There we go.
Jeez.
Check that out, guys. Michelle.
What the hell is that?
I'm just shining a flashlight at the cameras. So
well, that's exciting. Yeah, I'm looking forward to You should. Here's what you should do. You should give me a picture. Oh, I'm gonna find a picture of you in this guest, and I'm gonna blur out her face.
For what?
Because then you can use it as like a special, the special guest appearance. Nobody knows who she is because there's a blurry face next to you. But then you reveal the photo the day of
Well, there's
the thumbnail could be blurry face, and then people have to click on it to see who the person is.
there's only one problem with that, and it's I've never met her, so there's no pictures of me and her together.
Good point.
So, I mean,
Have her send me a photo.
can you Photoshop something? Is that what you're saying? Can you do that?
Yes, and I'll Photoshop it. I'm getting really good at Photoshop.
Are you?
Crazy good.
Are you? Good.
Yeah, I've been doing all my thumbnails now on my YouTube channel. Shout out to my YouTube channel, do my reviews there. CK Reviews. If you want to go there and subscribe, cool, that's fine. But I've been editing the thumbnails because apparently the more eye-catching your thumbnail is, the higher chance that you'll get a click and maybe someone will watch your videos and subscribe.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I've heard that. I've heard that about the podcasts too. If you have a cooler little artwork there, people put a lot of time and money into that. Not me. I put way too much time and money into this already. I want to thank all of our gold member shift heads out there, including Michelle, Dr. Brown, and Dildano for listening. I know Dildano's probably not on board with the with firing Leroy. Both Michelle and Dr. Brown said good to go. They're good with it. So
Nice.
we'll see. The show is still, I think, kind of searching for its identity again. It's reassessing. I really came to the realization that Leroy just, without Earl, it wasn't working. So,
Right.
yeah, I mean, I've gone over this before, but one of my New Year's resolutions was to make the show better, to take in a different direction. And why are you laughing at me? I'm trying to spill my guts
I
here.
just hit bingo. I hit bingo.
Oh. Did you say that on the show, or was that before we went on? I can't remember. We got to stop talking too much before we come on the show because I don't remember what we said.
No, I said that at the beginning of the show. We have a bingo board.
The bingo board. Every time Chuck talks about the show, you would be in bingo like. Well,
there's different topics.
There's got to be rules too, because I gotta plug the show. I gotta plug LeroyandEarl.com. Follow us on Twitter at Leroy and Earl.
Yeah.
We're live on Podbean, all that stuff. YouTube 330-474-WUED. So I got to do that. But then when I divulge into what I just did about the direction of the show and blah blah blah,
I hit bingo, so
bingo.
we're good.
Yeah, and we're on Spotify. So. I want to get Dr. Brown back on the line. Dr. Brown, you got to give us a call one of these weeks at 330-474-WUED. So, yep. Here's something I want to share real quick that's funny and interesting. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I'm going to talk about the show, so get your bingo card out. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I'm getting everything going again. I got the free website. I got the Podbean thing, blah, blah, blah. I thought, you know what? I want to get back in another podcast network. And not because I want anything from them, just to be a part of something. You know what I mean? Like, we needed Strange Label to broadcast live at the time. Now we don't. Anybody can do it for free. So, so I reached out to this. I was looking on Twitter and all these places for different podcast network, and I came across Veterans Podcast Network. And I thought, well, okay, I'm a veteran. Maybe I should look into this. So I kind of screwed up, and instead of really looking into them, I just messaged them and said, hey, would you like to have another show in your network? And they came back with this song and dance about, your audio quality is not so great, and we're not really comfortable with and they didn't say this, but I'm going to say it. We're not comfortable with your audio blackface that you've been doing for years, basically. Yeah. So I was like, well, okay, I guess I can understand that. I'm going a different direction anyway, so maybe if, the audio blackface was offensive to some people, I was trying to be offensive, to be honest with you, to get attention, but it didn't work. So, but then I went on to their shows and listened to their shows, and holy crap, the very first show, their flagship show, quote unquote, the first words that I heard were, "Have you ever effed a sheep in the mouth?" And I thought, So they didn't contact me back, and I'm glad we're done with that. So I gotta not do the whole. I'll think about a podcast network in come summertime or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, by then I'll have my rig set up.
oh God. See, I can't believe you actually were going to go to school for this. See, I believe that somebody that was really wanted to go to school for broadcasting, was really serious about it, would gladly say, "Yeah, I'll borrow the mic and the soundboard until I can buy my own, so I can sound good on the show." But no, you're like, "No, I don't want to borrow it."
Did I also tell you about the summer? I switched my major briefly at Kent State, this is why I owe probably extra $4,000. I went into audio recording and music production as a major. I switched it all over, and I had to memorize all these mics and where to place them when I'm recording and what type of soundproofing to do and control board and all that stuff. So I know that it's bad, but guess what? I just deal with it.
Yeah, but we have to deal with it too, and so does Meatballs and the Second Period podcast, who's also not listing on Podbean.
Hey, Meatballs.
Now I gotta apologize for your audio when you could have crisp, clear audio right now if you just would. You're one of those people that just can't borrow stuff from other people? Like
I'm one of those people that would rather own than lease.
See, that makes sense, except in a situation like this when you could lease it for a couple of weeks until you own some and then you give the lease back. That way you got a reliable way to get to work for these few weeks. Instead of coming to work in rags, which is what you're doing.
Here's the thing, though.
It hurts my
feelings. When I borrow stuff, guess what?
It gets broke.
It breaks. It breaks.
But see, here's what I got. You don't understand who you're borrowing from. If I went over to his house and took it and he didn't know it, I could keep it forever. He would never know that it's gone. That's how he
awesome.
is. That's how he is. He buys stuff and he throws it in the corner and doesn't care about it anymore. But
maybe he'll give it to me for my birthday. We should ask him. Will he give me any of that for my birthday?
He actually sent me some money for my drums today.
No way.
He did, yeah. Yep.
Nice.
He sure did. And you know what I said about that?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you should see if, we're good friends now. I've known him for a couple years. See if he hook a brother up for a birthday.
I don't know, maybe. When's your birthday?
March 28th.
March 28th. You're not waiting until March 28th to get gear, if that's what you're trying to do.
Dude, are you ready for the Urban Dictionary word of the day?
I was actually ending the show, but hold on.
Dude, but you can't. This one's just too damn juicy.
Okay, before we end the show, we're going to have the Urban Dictionary word of the day, which we're going to try and do every week.
Yeah, we said that 4 weeks ago, and this is the first time it's happened. It almost just didn't happen.
Technically, it's the second time. It happened the first time, which is 3 weeks ago.
Did it happen the first time?
Well, you did it, and then you said, because you looked up floundering.
Yes.
Yeah, you looked up floundering. Yeah. So, and you said we should do the Urban Dictionary. So technically, that was the first one.
Okay, all right.
So go ahead. This is Carleezy's Urban Dictionary word of the week.
So this is interesting because I actually experienced this, and I want you to.
Your audio is so bad we can't even hear you.
What's up? Can you hear me now?
It's like all staticky.
Yeah, because you were lagging. Now we're good though.
Go ahead.
Are we good?
Nope. Go ahead.
Holy shit! What's happening? Nothing's changed.
Welcome to my world.
Do I still sound staticky?
No, you're good now. There was something going on there.
Okay. All right. So I want to hear your opinion on what you think this word means, because you've definitely experienced it. I don't want you to lie and say you haven't, because you definitely have, and I totally have.
Okay.
So when you think of the word soft hours.
Soft hours, like hours in a day?
Yes. What do you think that means?
Soft hours.
Soft hours.
Well, I would have to say it would be the hours of the day that's not first thing in the morning.
Okay.
It's not.
That's kind
it's
of true.
the opposite of morning wood.
Okay, definitely not that. You're going the wrong way.
Going
So
the
this
wrong
is
way.
something you've experienced. Everyone in their life has experienced this.
Everyone, male and female.
Male and female. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
It's between the hours of 2 and 3:30 a.m. where you become uncontrollably mushy and loving. Where you say sentimental things you regret or deny saying later that same morning. You've experienced this.
So you're saying if you're still awake at those hours, you're either drunk or high or really tired or really tired.
Or you just wake up. You wake up and in the middle of the night and you're like, whoa, I got an urge to cuddle with my wife or give her a kiss. Yep. Admit it. Oh yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't think I've ever really. Between 2 and 3:30, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Nah, doesn't really apply.
Okay, it does, and I've thought of at least 8 times that that's happened. I'm like, why did I do that? Because it's soft hours.
Huh.
Here's an example. Guy number 1, bruh, do you know what time it is? Guy number 2, nah, bruh. Guy number 1, with tissues and tears running down his face, it's them soft hours. Guy number 2, now crying and hugging guy number 1. Bruh, I love you so much. You are my rock, my everything, my world. I couldn't live without you.
Why are you gay? Why are you gay? Why are you gay? Why are you gay?
And then later in the morning, guy number 2, we will never speak of this again.
So you've experienced that with a guy?
Never with a guy.
Never with a guy, just your wife or other
Dude,
girls.
Michelle's birthday is the day after mine. I wonder
really?
if she'll have soft hours on her birthday.
Or maybe she can send you a microphone. Maybe. All right, you've been listening to the Leroy and Earl Show here live on the WUED, the Big Talker. Thanks for everyone who listened on Podbean. We got Chris Tooney, I think. I can't really read that. Duke of New Windsor. It might be Dude of New Windsor. Hold on, I got to put my glasses on.
Oh my God, we've been calling him Duke this whole time. And it's Dude.
It is the Dude of New Windsor.
My God.
Let's listen. The writing is so small in this room. I got to figure out a way to make it. The Dude of New Windsor, Meatballs, and the Second Period Podcast. Another podcast is listening, so I appreciate. And they're probably like, God, that audio of that one guy could be so much better.
They're like, man, I can't wait to have soft hours later tonight.
Soft hours coming up later. So we're live. We're going to be live every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and Podbean. Thanks to everyone that listens and our gold member shift heads. If you like the show, leave us a review, subscribe wherever. Go to LeroyandEarl.com. That's a great website now. It can get you to the show anywhere. You can subscribe, you can listen, you can download, you can go to wherever you want to go to listen to the show.
Oh, yes.
And I totally forgot to play this.
Guess what, shift heads? It's time for the Leroy and Earl Show.
At some point, I've been doing this for. We started in 2014, but I took 2 years off, so 4 years. 4 years, I've been doing this, and I'm still not very good at it. I keep hearing other podcasters say it's all about the content. It's all about the content. Don't worry so much about your production value and all this other stuff. Get some good content first so people are engaged and they want to listen. And I'm like, we got Michelle. What else do we need?
Mm-hmm.
So you want me to bring that mic and stuff over for you for next week?
No.
You know what? I'm just going to get it. I'll bring it over to your wife and tell her, just set this stuff up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you raised in a household with no consequences?
You think that guy that called us last week would ever think that he's going to be this famous?
Oh, yes.
And I'm Earl.
All right, people, that's it. See you later. Thanks for listening. Yeah, no one. We had 6 listeners on Podbean, which is cool. We're still live on YouTube, by the way. But
Hey.
yeah, they were all in the room the whole time, or almost the whole time.
Nice.
So
Everybody
I mean,
getting
that's
ready for some soft hours.
that's good news. You know, the fact that they didn't leave immediately after hearing your audio. All right, Michelle, thanks so much for listening. Were you not talking to her again? Why don't you text with her? Am I going to have to do that?
I am talking to her. She said goodnight. I said goodnight.
I mean, I guess if it's good enough for her that you're just saying instead of texting.
Well, I say it so that you know what she says so that we can talk about it.
I just texted her. Oh, I see you said good night.
Yeah. But
Good night.
also,
Good night, Michelle.
if I only message her, you won't know what she says, and then it's lonely.
Well, no, I definitely want you to tell me what she says. But what I'm saying is I've kind of felt bad that maybe